Hey, it's Sam here, welcome back to the channel. Today's a full back day workout and this is my favourite place to do it really. They've got all sorts of kit that's some of my favourites that you won't find everywhere, so stay with me for the whole workout. You're going to see some unusual kit for this back workout. I may follow it up with biceps if there's time, and then there's going to be a little time to discuss a few things going on in bodybuilding after this, like the Arnold USA and Classic Physique, so stay with it for that. If you just want the workout, then that's about the first half. I'll get warmed up now. So I'm going to start with the T-bar row today. The reason we're starting with this is basically because it's going to be the heaviest and hardest for the whole routine today. I've got 8 plates on. The last time I did this I had to use 7 plates because they only had the rubber plates and it took up the whole bar to have 7 on it. But previously I worked with 8 for a couple of sets at zone, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go. Oh, third time lucky, eh? So that took 3 attempts to get it going, and honestly, I'm just having problems getting the focus there. I've had a bad day actually, and I was looking forward to coming in here and letting off some steam, but it didn't get off to a good start. But I want to show you guys how it really goes. So I've left those first 2 attempts in, but also just to show you, don't give up on it, even if you can't manage 1 rep. Like I couldn't try and harness while you're here and stick with it, and it should be okay. I could add to that it's a different bar setup to the last time I did 8, but really it's just that I'm not there, but I'm making it happen. So we'll get some more on here and make damn sure it's a good workout. Let's go again. Woo! Now we're getting somewhere. 1 more set on here. We'll move to a different exercise. Now, I do need to mention that for this last set, I've dropped it down to just 7 plates, and this will be the last set on here. Get fully strapped in tight. Oh, that feels good now. And that's the first time that's happened in these videos. Actually, I had one leg workout where I had to change plan because I couldn't do my first exercise, but that was a physical pain thing, so I didn't push through. But this was a mood and concentration thing, so I was able to push through. And even though it's not so pleasant, it's a good thing to leave in the channel here. It doesn't happen too often, but every few months it's going to happen, and just remind myself that these sorts of gyms and this pastime has always been a port in the storm for me, and feel better already. So for exercise 2, I'm doing the Life Fitness seated row because I was looking for something at that kind of angle, like a cable row kind of angle or barbell row kind of angle. And this is a machine I haven't tried before, so I don't know quite how heavy I'll need to go, but it's the angle I'm looking for. That's the kind of variety that I'm selecting my different exercises here. Because this is a lot more horizontal pull than a T-bar row that we started with there. I need to be strapped quite so tight here, as I'm not going so heavy feeling this out. Yeah, I think that's going to need the full stack. Right, set 2, let's see what this thing's got for me. Ah, decent. One of you actually sent me a really good back video the other day. The one of James Hollingshead and Branch Warren training at Metroflex. That was right up my street. Always keeping water on for these bigger sessions. If you like the daily content and real content and covering everything on bodybuilding, make sure you subscribe and share 1 or 2 of my videos, because things are really picking up pace now, and the more I interact with you guys, the more I enjoy it and the more satisfaction I get. Okay, number 3 on here. Whole lot again. It's no problem, unlike that evil T-bar row. Just up these steps on my right, there's all the boxing and conditioning stuff and functional fitness. I do not stray up there. Believe me, my ability to fight would be nothing. Like, I'd be totally gassed after 10 seconds being this sort of crazy weight. Do you not think that bodybuilding makes you any use, like in a fight or actually being hard? Because speaking just for myself, I can say it doesn't. But I do admire all of these other sports. They all take tremendous dedication in their own different ways. I do a little bit of cardio come contest time, but my weight right now would not be loving that, because my morning weight at the moment 295 or 296. Oh, that's the reps drop off there that I normally get by set 4. And that's kind of what lets me know that I've achieved what I set out to on this exercise. But yeah, my morning weight now, 295 yesterday, 296 today. By the time I've got drinks and a couple of meals in, it's like 299 or just over 300. So if you've been with me on this journey to 300 pounds from pretty much the beginning, I'd like to thank you. And we'll be coming to the end of that chapter soon. But yeah, I've realised I've got an awful lot of important stuff to talk to you guys about at the end of this video, so stay with it. I've got all sorts coming to mind that's relevant about well-being and perseverance and training. I think it's important that we touch on that today, and then I'll get onto the upset that we had last night in Classic Physique. And now I'm moving on to one of my all-time favourites, the hammer strength high row, and I really credit this piece for a lot of my back development and strength over the years. I've used it on and off for years, and it's always felt great, but just make sure you get the seat height correct for the feeling in your lats. So I'm going to use this to exercise my lats rather than the pull down today. Okay, set 1. If I do this exercise early on, I do like 5 plates or so, but being the third one in the exercise and taking it heavier earlier, it's just 4 plates aside today. There's old Dorian and Ronnie on my right, watching over my back workout, my little back workout here. Set 2. One more on here. Here we go then. I'll tell you what's funny about this machine right now is my right side is ever so slightly stronger, and it felt harder on my right. I feel like maybe a 25 plate snuck in somehow on the right, so I'm just going to check. I'm genuinely curious here. No, they're all 20s, but maybe because they're different brands, they differ a little bit, or something's got sticky on the right hand side. Who knows? So next up is the pullover machine, and I'm very lucky that they have this one in one of my home gyms here at Bodyworks, because this particular one is the only one that I can use without the pads brushing on the lats and teres at the side, so I still fit in this one. I can actually use it. Still not the comfiest thing to get started though. I'll get a couple more on here, but the angles we kind of covered today as a recap. It's kind of this way, 2-bar row, this way, machine row, this way, high row. I could have done a lat pull down or similar, would be quite similar to that. And this one, the arcing one, where if you haven't got something like this, you've always got dumbbell pullovers on the bench, but that's a little bit more the pectorals and the serratus, or a little bit more the back is to do straight arm pull downs with the cable and the rope, which I've had in a bunch of my other videos. But you usually see that one as a little bit of a lightweight exercise, and your main stuff, your pull-ups or pull-downs or equivalent, and all of your rows. Make sure for this next set here I've got the full cast of monsters behind me. I quite like the J one at the moment. It's not just a posing one, it's a bit of an action shot in doing the dips there. But they're great. Like, loads of the gyms in London have these murals now. But the first place that I was aware of having them was here, Bodyworks. So I think it might have been the same artist gone round, or everyone kind of followed suit. Anyway, set 2. You know, I just realised after all that there'd be less faffing around if I stay put for the last set, so might as well get my breath back, do the last set just sat here and think about what's next. I had been thinking to do one exercise of biceps, so that I'm adding in more volume for arms throughout a week, but it's quite exhausting, especially those first 2 exercises today. I'm just quite exhausted in general. So let's see how I feel after this set and what's available. I'm definitely hitting my arms pretty hard in the dedicated arms day, as you'll see from all the other videos I've done on it. Alright, last one. Move. Oh. So it's finished. Felt very strange because, as I was saying, I don't often have the opportunity to do that exercise, so it would have been probably a good 5 or 6 weeks since I've done that one. So I was just thinking there about doing biceps, and then it occurred to me that I did actually have a bruise start coming through on my right bicep from the last arms workout dedicated to biceps, and it had not quite pulled it properly, but a little bit not quite right. The bruise is gone, but I feel like doing it so early to do extra on biceps is a little bit premature. So I'm going to be sensible about this and leave it for the next time round to do back and a little bit of bis while I'm just leaving it to make sure it's fully recovered, because I may have had a very, very minor kind of sprain on it there. The bruising's gone down, but I'm just going to be cautious with that. But because I'm still really in the mood for this workout and want to do a little bit extra, I've decided lat pull downs to finish, and then we'll talk about all this kind of mindset and perseverance and classic physique stuff. Alright, just a little finisher on here. Set 2. Hello there, set 3. I haven't used a lat pull down as a finisher in a long time, but I rate that. That's quite nice. I think it's half the workouts I'm doing for back. I'm actually starting with an exercise at this angle, so like the Hammersmith isolateral pull down machine, or pull-ups when I'm lighter, which has not been for a while. But I could finish on it the way this feels. I'll just get my one more and speed things up by not moving the camera around again. And this is the last set of the workout, so thank you if you made it this far. I am grateful that there's an audience for my journey and my thoughts and learnings over a few years of bodybuilding here. No, done. Get my breath back, find somewhere to sit down, and let's wrap this up. Right, that's that done. I can take these off, which are now drenched. Totally out of breath, totally sweaty there. 5 exercises, serious ones for back. I can definitely say that for a full-on back day, 5 exercises that you get on well with, including some different angles, will definitely do it. But I have to admit, that was a really bad start for me today. I was not feeling good. I was not altogether happy, I have to admit it. But I'm really happy now because I've done the workout and received all the good feelings that can give you, and I'm even happier that that's kind of been captured on video. What I'm hoping when I watch this back and edit it and check it, or for you the viewer, is that it sort of actually shows me sort of coming to life as I've put more effort in and the workout has gone on. really faltering start and not feeling it, switched on to not give up, and the longer I kept training, the better I felt. And I'm really pleased now to have like a video document of showing how this sort of activity and this sort of place can really be amazing for your well-being and really sort your head out when you're not having the best of times. And I haven't had a major calamity or anything, but I was really not in the mood today, and have had a bad day, and that affected my concentration. But now I've received like the best of what an amazing gym has to offer by getting that feeling from training hard and pushing through. So I hope that sort of like shows what that looks like and serves as an example to kind of not give up, really, and remind yourself how lucky you are to have this exercise you can do. And look, if you're not totally into bodybuilding, you just stumbled across this content because you find it bizarre or weird and entertaining for that reason and whatever, you could get the same from any kind of exercise. So, you know, I don't think that like bodybuilding is better than anything else. It's just my personal taste, and I don't think that being a bodybuilder like makes you like anything special, to be honest. It's just what I happen to like. But the one thing I would say is that you should be able to get this kind of benefit and well-being and cheering yourself up and health from all kinds of exercise, whatever your preferred happens to be. That might be playing football, it might be going to dance classes, it might be swimming, it might be athletics, it might be like skipping, jump rope, like outdoors, it might be hiking, it might be just any kind of like exercise that you love. Like if you've stumbled across this and bodybuilding is not your thing, I hope that something of the idea that I'm trying to convey here can be carried across to whatever it is that you like and whatever resonates with you. That could be a form of exercise that will make you really happy, and I think that's for everyone, like that kind of feeling. I wouldn't want anyone to not be able to have like this kind of feeling and pick me up from whatever the preferred exercise is. And hand in hand with whole food, nutrient dense eating, ways of eating, you could be a life changer, you know, really genuinely mean that. And that's why like advocacy that I've got involved with has not really been like bodybuilding specific. That's just my peculiar taste and little niche interest. But more broadly, what I've got involved with kind of pushing forward is stuff to do with health in general. So I did a little bit of work with Public Health Collaboration, a charity here in the UK that are about trying to reduce the prevalence of non-communicable diseases through nutrition and whole foods. So, you know, if that, you know, is a bigger topic for another video perhaps to talk about my full history with that, but if that is something that springs to mind as particularly interesting, their website's at phcuk.org, and they've got a conference coming up. But it was some of their conferences where I learned the very most about nutrition that I picked up, and was then able to apply that to my bodybuilding and ideas for what to read next, and the books that I was studying, which then, like, as well as the well-being, improved my little hobby here. So yeah, had a laugh while I've been in here. It's cheered me up. Hopefully you can see that. And I don't want to make today like all serious, because there's always like fun stuff going on, like last night and Classic Physique. So I was doing a bit of work on the computer, and I thought, well, I may as well stay up and watch it. It's all videos from pre-judging like coming out, so I jumped onto the live stream to watch the finals. And yeah, like Wesley, I've always liked him, you know, like as a bodybuilder and as a character. I think his YouTube channel has been really successful, and that's how he built his following from years ago. So, you know, it's relevant to what I'm doing now. But in terms of his physique, I always sort of did feel like I could relate to it, because he's a taller guy. I think he's 6'2", and he's filled out like that as something relatable and something that inspires me. I just thought that, you know, maybe there was something about it that meant that he wasn't getting a look in at the big shows. Because you know, I'm not having a go, but just trying to figure out like what it might be it might be that like his hips are a little bit wider, like compared to his rib cage, that makes him not so like tapered and tiny waist, just like someone like Ramon. And if that's what it's going to be all about, then that'll be a reason why to not give him the higher placings than that. And then sort of like his lats in a couple of like the back double biceps, what his lats look like. I thought maybe they're really honing in on this, but you know, I always thought it was great, and he looked amazing in the pre-judging, and was put right in the middle for the whole time with Ramon. And I thought, yeah, like he could take this. He looks so much bigger, and deep separation, and really deep separation in the legs. I thought, yeah, like I'll probably have him first. Like, I mean, it is all subjective. Like, that's why, you know, bodybuilding, it's debatable whether it's a sport as such. I think competition's just a small part of it, and I would define bodybuilding as kind of like a subculture, or like a lifestyle subculture, and the competitions are just a piece of that are a consensus of opinion. But in my, you know, if I was on the judging desk, I probably would have said 1 Wesley, 2 Ramon, 3 Breon, 4 hers. So just 3 and 4 switch around. But yeah, he looks amazing. Ramon looks slightly better than pre-judging in the finals, but I think when you have that stature and that kind of structure of broad clavicles up the top, and then you have the showcase muscles like the big pecs and big biceps on there, it's sort of very attention grabbing, and so they give it to Wesley, and fair play to him. He's never complained. That's another thing I really like about him. He's never complained. He's just like carried on, and he's sort of found his way higher and higher. And then he won that Romania Muscle Fest, didn't he? It looked amazing there. I think that was last year. And he's just kept grinding, stayed positive, never complained, had his own idea of how he was going to like improve himself and be like his idea of classic and that, and fair play to him. So I found that when I called it an upset earlier, I didn't mean like it was an upset like it shouldn't have happened. I think he thoroughly deserved it, and I think he looks amazing. I just meant an upset in terms of not the expected result, you know. I mean, even I said the day before, like I said on yesterday's video after that chest workout gym tour, I was saying like, yeah, I feel like I don't think anyone's going to catch up with Ramon, and then here we are. So that's why it's an upset, because I don't think anyone saw that coming. But the thing is, he's never been compared to these top guys before. They've never moved him into the middle to have a proper look at him like next to certain people. So all very interesting if you like bodybuilding. If you don't like bodybuilding specifically, then you just wanted to talk about the general workout, and then my thoughts about not giving up and well-being from exercise, I probably lost to you ages ago. But yeah, I'm excited for tonight. So as I get back and I'm editing this, I'll be watching all the stuff of the Open guys and Samson and Hardy. But as I say, that does remind me that time is getting on a little bit, and I've got the video sorting out to do. I've got people to talk to, and then all this bodybuilding stuff will be coming on for the Open Bodybuilding Finals. And I just hope today, reflecting on all of that hopefully I've been able to offer you something real, and something that lets you know that if you didn't feel like training one day, or you had a bad day and felt like you couldn't do your lift, or things weren't working for you, you're certainly not alone. It does happen to all of us. And if you can just remind yourself what you're doing it for, and that you love it, persevere with it, or find a workaround and just keep going, you'll get through to all the best that all the exercise has to offer, which is feeling great. So I'll leave you with that. I'll be back online tomorrow. Cheers.